Let's begin. Grin when you all tune us in. God gave rock and roll to ya, gave rock and roll to ya, put it in the soul of everyone. That was one of the songs on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yeah, I think it was that movie. God gave rock and roll to ya, gave rock and roll to ya, put it in the soul of everyone. That's a Kiss song. Oh, someone's already tuned in. It's Charlotte. See, I'm reading your message. Hi, Eddie. What do you make of the drones? I wonder how they're getting them. The cartels are well funded, and yeah, there are a lot of them here. I wonder why they're not jamming frequencies or gaining control. You ever watch RoboCop 2? No, it was RoboCop 3. Okay, in RoboCop 3, the little girl took control of Ed 209 using her little laptop. Why aren't they doing that with drones? All they are is radio frequencies. Why aren't they jamming their frequencies? Why aren't they taking control of the drones? It's interesting how, because remote control relies on a radio signal, and imagine if it was Elon Musk's new toys. Yeah. Say hello to my little friends. Those things are so loud. There was a guy playing with the drone at the park, and he was just flying it over his general area. Hello. Hi, this is Sharshuk Khan. Welcome. I think I recognize. Weren't you the one I was talking to? We were talking to about Monty Python. I think it was just yesterday, I think. Yeah. We're talking about drones. Aren't they scary? Drones? They can film. They can blow fire. Oh, okay. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. Hello. So there is Miranda, is that right? Miranda. And drones are pretty. They stopped they shut down an airport. All these drones came in, and they were able to shut down an airport. That's crazy. Who's producing all these drones? And who's flying them? Hi, welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. Lady Gaga used drones in one of her concerts, and it was mind-boggling. They were all just drones with lights on them. There was one drone I saw. Edward, season's greetings. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. I keep saying that for those of you who are just joining. And robots. They have robots can fire machine guns. I liked and subscribed. Okay, Bobo. We have Bobo, Yellow. We have Pallavi, or Pallavi. I think that's how it's said. We have Charlotte. It looks like, yeah, there were these robots that were firing at a Tesla car. Did you see that video? Tesla has this silver car that's bulletproof. One of the robots fired a Tommy gun at the car. And, hi there, my little droogies. How was your sober Sunday? It was all right. You know what? For a while there, you couldn't buy alcohol on Sunday here in Georgia. I think it was back in the 90s. They were saying you could not buy beer on Sunday. Look at this. Yeah, I don't know what that stands for. They are growing babies in labs called artificial womb. I think that's like, isn't that weird? It's like some kind of a higher intelligence. Yeah, they're starting to fabricate. It'll be interesting to, it'll be like Pinocchio wanting to be a real boy. How old am I? I am 56 years old. So I'm almost done. I'm almost done with this life. I'm old enough to know better, but crazy enough to try it. Sir, want to hear something interesting? I always want to hear something interesting. No. Why the no? Anyway, I'll try not to get distracted. Yeah, isn't that interesting how, where did everything come from? Everything comes from something unseen. Okay, they used a gun filled with bees to sniff out cocaine in the airport. So, yeah, they of a package especially for the elite, they can pick the baby. They were doing that in China, I heard. There's some geneticists. They go into the DNA and if they want certain traits, certain features, whatever, they actually did that. And I guess they perfected or got better at it. 100 bees sitting behind a desk, sniffing cocaine. No, don't stop recording, please. I will not stop recording. At least not until about an hour. I need watch time is why. I try to do these for at least an hour. For those who watch again, if they watch after, yeah, when it's no longer alive, they, yeah, hopefully they'll watch it to the end and I'll gain all those yeppy. I will yeppy. Bobo, is English your first language? Or are you drunk typing? Sometimes people drunk type or they drunk dial. Have you heard of that? Drunk dialing? On radio shows, sometimes they will play back a message that they got. Somebody will leave a message and the person talking will be drunk. Or mothers when they leave a message, they play it back. You're not drunk. Okay. Hold on a second. All right. We went to Kroger today. I like Ingles because Ingles has snack packages of party snacks. Did you hear of skinwalkers? Yes, I did. That's a Navajo, part of the Navajo culture, I guess, or lore. It's Skinwalker Ranch. I've heard quite a few stories about that. A lot of strange goings on at these, yeah. Skinwalkers are like shapeshifters. I wouldn't want to see one. There's all kinds of strange stories. You could do like a search on YouTube and they have all these people investigating. Also, Area 51 is a place where they say it's a top secret installment. Some people have gone there to Area 51 and they were shooed away. People with trucks come up because they're being watched. Yeah. That was one of the talks. If you ever listened to Coast AM, hold on. I gotta use my multi-tool. I'm gonna have to snip something here. Snip, snip, snip. There we go. I got it working. Hold on. Snip, snip. You ever have that weird, like a little thread hanging on your... Anyways. Sweaters. I don't recommend that with sweaters. If you pull a string on a sweater, you might not have a sweater. Alright. It is said that Simpsons predicts the future. Strip, strip, snip, snip. That's right. Snippy, snippy. The Simpsons. Yes. The Simpsons. They're pretty accurate about it. There was an album. I forget who released the album, but it was released on 9/11, and it featured New York City on fire, or the album cover. It's in the Morbid Facts, I think. It's interesting how I really believe that life imitates art. Like Edgar Allan Poe, he wrote a story about people on a ship that had to eat someone, and all of that came true. It came true. It was true to the story. So there's something about that. People say magic doesn't exist, but writings do affect reality in a great way. Yeah, P. Diddy. Oh yeah, they predicted P. Diddy's in a lot of trouble. He got in trouble with those freak-offs. Also, Danny Masterson. I hear he got into a lot of trouble. It's weird how, I guess, some people think they're untouchable. The Simpsons predicted... Yeah, I already read that. P. Diddy Combs. I guess... Didn't he freak out with Taylor Swift? Or, not freak out. He was on the stage and he took away the award from Taylor Swift. He wasn't acting usual. He was acting unusual. What's interesting is watching these people who study body language and how people react. Bro, why do you think he did that? I don't know. Again, I think people think they're untouchable. You know, Jared Fogle. Success changes people. Their true self comes out. Their true self seems to, fame and fortune seems to magnify a person's behavior. Yeah. It seems to bring out what somebody already is. So yeah, I think it's a good thing there are laws in place because it does stop some of us from doing horrible things. Whether it's fear, they don't do things because of fear, or they don't do things because they actually have a conscience. The Bible talks about people having their conscience seared with a hot iron. And I think there's a lot of that. They were given over to a reprobate mind. And I think that's what it is. What stops us from harming each other is fear. Fear of not fitting into society, fear of going to jail or being looked at in a bad light. I think that's what it all boils down to. If there was no fear, like if somebody suddenly said, okay, it's okay to go out and do whatever you want to do, a lot of people were asked that question. I don't know if I could talk about it on a family show, but yeah, if if said action had no consequence, would you do it? Which country are you from? America. America. Yeah, I was born in California, migrated to Georgia out of fear. But I think it was good timing because the current governor, I don't think is helping California. There was a time when California was a really good place to be before the hippie movement. California, here I come. Yeah, Haight Ashbury. I think that's what really ruined things. This whole Timothy Leary movement, turn on, tune in, and drop out, brought all the hippies, the drug culture, a lot of horrible things going on. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It all happened during the 50s, it seems. During the 50s, people were kind of conservative. And then came the 60s and 70s, and things got progressively worse. Crimes got worse. Not a lot of crime back in the 50s. And then the 60s came, and then there was murders. Charles Manson and Jeffrey Dahmer and all these, the Zodiac Killer, all these, just to name a few. I probably could name them if I could remember them all. But we have a history, the human race has a history of brutality. And it's almost like, I don't want to raise kids in this world. I don't think anybody deserves to live in this world. It's almost like, even cameras don't keep us safe. All somebody has to do is wear a mask. Yeah. So how do you feel today? It's interesting how we got off into that. We went from drones. What other topic was there? P. Diddy predictions. People poo-poo predictions, but some of them are pretty accurate. Like Edgar Casey, Baba Gamba, or whatever her name was. She was a blind prophet or something like that. They're pretty accurate with their predictions. And then there's the Fatima. George Norrie used to talk a lot about the Fatima. I guess Our Lady showed up and some kids started, they were talking and you couldn't hear them talk or something like that. I just briefly heard stories about that. The legend of Fatima. The oracles of Delphi. I think that's how it's pronounced, Delphi or Delphi. The Greeks used to do that. They would go to they would seek the oracles of Delphi or Delphi. And they would basically, it was pretty, and Hecate. Okay, there is a record of King Solomon talking to Hecate or Hecate. She's a Greek goddess. Ed, do you ever wonder if you signed up for the human experience, did a different in a different life, and you will wake up? You know what? There is a lot of discoveries that support that. Quantum physics. They say this is a hologram. This is a rendering of something greater, because they say there is no matter. There's no matter. Everything is energy. But if, just like the elements, some of them have their solid state, they have their liquid state, they have their vapor state, and then I think plasma is one of them. Now, if you break down everything, it's all just molecules that make up atoms, that make up matter. And hello, welcome. So they talk a lot about the observer effect. It's like, okay, these little particles, they act in so many different ways. And they're basically obeying us. They're obeying our perception. Because all we have is our five senses until we start to daydream. Then we become aware of other things that our five senses don't pick up. Which country? I already answered that. Didn't I already answer that? Yeah. Did you listen were you here when I said I'm in America? I think you're messing with me. I think you're anyway. And they talk about the collective conscious. Like if you're in a room with a bunch of people that believe the same thing, yeah, the observer effect is misunderstood. Study, yeah. How is it misunderstood? Because they did the Copenhagen experiment. They they were observing particles. Each person who observed the particles, they behaved differently. Oh, accidentally scrolled. Okay. I guess I'm edgy today. Not edgy, but touchy. It's cold outside again. My mom and I went to the grocery store, and it's very cold, very windy, and very wet. And that's a bad combination. Google the common misconceptions with me, the observer effect. I can't do that. I'm very limited. This is a low budget live. I like to be like Seth Rogen. You know how he is able to bring up stuff on his computer or have somebody Google something and then show it on a screen. I think we've been spoiled in that way. We have so much at our disposal. We've come to expect it. Like this, all I have is my phone. I pull up the app. So yeah. So I'm gonna eventually, hopefully, maybe start. Guys, I'm terrified. You're terrified of Michael Jackson? The ghost of Michael Jackson? Or is that a Mandela effect? Did he actually die or did he not die? Would you rather be a Mexican or really short person with allergies? That's funny. Hello, Dirty Dan. I like your sense of humor. I like these. It's good to have a sense of humor. They say that's a mark of intelligence when people have a sense of humor. When a person has a sense of humor, it also questions authority. Okay, something's wrong with the technical equipment. I'll be right back. That's a funny question. It's politically incorrect. I don't know. I think that politically incorrectness is starting to make a comeback. People aren't so shocked by it now. Have you seen Kentucky Fried Movie? Kentucky Fried Movie was made back in the 70s. It's on my community. When you click on community on my channel, scroll down a little bit and you'll see Kentucky Fried Movie. It's funny in the wrong way. I will be right back. Again, I'll be right back. This is a commercial break. All right. I hope that wasn't too long. I'm starting to hate nose hairs. Have you ever noticed when you clip your nose hairs, they come back? They like genetic. They're like the Hydra. You cut off one of the heads, and another one grows back. Same with fingernails. Fingernails. I struggle with. I guess when you get older, you get hair grows at an alarming rate in your ears and in your nose holes. And they annoy. They're so annoying. All right. I guess that's too much information. So, we were talking about... Welcome, Dirty Dan. Common misconceptions with the observer effect. I've experienced the observer effect when my mother is in the room. I have a harder time assembling something. We got her lift chair, and I was putting it together, and I was assembling her lift chair, and while my mother was watching, I was having trouble putting it together. And when she left the room, I got it together. Because I think what it is expectation. People have an expectation, and when they're watching you, you kind of fall into that expectation. And that's my definition of the observer effect. Or when you're around certain people, you really feel, sometimes you feel happy, liberated, and when you're around other people, you don't feel that. You feel like you're being judged. You feel like you just don't feel comfortable around a person. I think that's as far as the observer effect goes, because I think each person does affect energy because of the way they've been programmed through their life. Some people continuously get richer. Some people just stay the same. They all graduate from the same high school. They all come from the same town. Or they come from the same mother. Some people succeed, and some people kind of don't succeed. So what's the misconception about the observer effect? People don't say that we don't affect matter, or we don't affect whatever's going on around us. I guess I lost everybody. 7 likes, I'm thankful for that. Hello, Screaming Baboon. So yeah. I have noticed this about what a person expects, they get. What a person focuses on, they get. I've been around people who are always sick, always in and out of the hospital, because they focus on being sick. once they fix one thing, they go right to the next thing that's wrong with them. I've watched that around certain people, and I'm not going to mention names, but it's like where what you think about the most, that's where you put yourself. Can't wait to go to a casino. Yeah. Again, this is a low budget. Maybe that's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on being low budget. So that's what I get. We're going to have fun and get loaded on Pepsi. So what happened to Dirty Dan? Did he just stop in and crack a joke and leave? Crack a joke. I like it when people crack a joke. I like people who have a sense of humor. Where are these people? Where are they, these people with a sense of humor? 8 likes, thank you. Who was that masked man that left me a like? That's what they said about the Lone Ranger. I love you too. Mike D, I love you. That's what people need to hear. 10 likes. Okay, that's what you're seeing? I think it takes, there's a delay. There is a delay. So I guess Charlotte's gone. Who else was with me? There was Charlotte, and there was Dirty Dan. There was NS Cellular. There was, who else was with us today? There was Ellie. So anyway, I guess those are shout outs. Whenever I read, you can't, really? You can't stand. Wow, that's pretty harsh. That's pretty definite. So we were talking about drones and robots, genetically altered people, people who are being grown. We don't even need to have relations anymore. We just sit back and produce people. And I think the smarter we get, the more complicated life gets. Because it used to be, yeah, you just go to the river, get some water, or live near the river. I think we need to stop populating so much. Stop populating so much. Because the more people there are, the more pollution there is. Rivers used to, the indigenous people say, the rivers, you could just drink from them. They were all clear. The rivers were all clear before the Europeans came. Again, we think we have to keep reproducing. We don't have to keep reproducing because it just adds to the garbage to person ratio, the pollution to person ratio. It's like one guy or one gal is going to produce garbage and pollution and filth. And we got a lot of people producing garbage and filth, then you're going to pollute the land. Some places have regulations. You know, you can't have more than 2 kids. Some places people get like 9 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids. Why? We don't have any, well, we have ourselves as predators. We have people who kill people who want to eat people. Edo! Oh, okay. We're back to that again. So here's what I'm going to do. I like doing this. I like doing this. As soon as I like to, there we go. There we go. That's better. That makes me feel good when I can be my own moderator. What happened to him? Oh? They were two people who asked me today to go live. Why are they not here? They asked me to go live. Please go live. PLS, go live, is what they say. People are mean. I know. They're so mean. We're overpopulated. There's no regulations. I think what it is the ratio of able-bodied people to unhealthy people. People who give a crap versus people who don't give a crap. I think I saw a t-shirt that said, the only reason people are alive, the only reason some people are alive is because it's illegal to kill them. That's the only reason they're alive. Because it's illegal. They made it illegal to kill people who needed killing. They need the killing. You know, people who walk among us, who harm children, who harm women, who harm everybody. We're not allowed to kill them because there's so much money in it. There's so much money in putting somebody in a room in a prison. There's a lot of money involved. Why kill them when you can make money off of them? Put them in a room with bars, feed them really crappy food. All their life, a lot of people are getting life sentences. They don't believe in the death penalty in most states. They don't believe in the death penalty. It's like, I have my thoughts on these things. I do believe in a speedy trial because some people are innocent. Some people are genuinely innocent. And we need to find out who those people are. We need to exclude circumstantial evidence. We need to exclude misidentifying. Some people are in prison because they're misidentified. They resemble the perpetrator. They resemble, I believe in abortion and am against, you're against death penalty. That's odd, isn't it? People will kill a baby, but they won't kill a person who is just not supposed to be alive. There are people who are not supposed to be alive. I keep going back to that dating game serial killer. There was a serial killer who was on the dating game. He murdered kids. He assaulted and murdered kids and women, and he somehow got let out to do it again. He lived to be a ripe old age. I wish I could remember the guy's name. On my community page, you can scroll down far enough and you will find, I'll have to bring it to the top of the list for an example, you know. Then again, there are people who are doing like 16-year sentences because they were misidentified or because somebody lied. Sometimes a woman will lie about being raped. Oh, I can't say that word, can I? Sorry. Being R-worded, assaulted. It's funny how we can't even speak the truth anymore. Yeah, there are people who are, the only reason they're alive is because it's illegal to put them down. I think that's what it is. It's because follow the money. Follow the money, everybody. It costs a certain amount of dollars to keep a guy alive in a cell for the rest of his life. Somebody's making money off of that. That money could be going to helping somebody. That money could be going to rehabilitating a person who was assaulted, you know. Putting productive people into society. I'm probably not the only one I've noticed some YouTubers, they don't use the R word. They don't use certain words because they'll get demonetized or taken off. This is Eddie's Funhouse. I caught myself. I caught myself on focusing on something that is not fun. But it's funny though because it's crazy. I think we are functionally insane. We're insane, but we can function. There are a lot of there are a lot of wrongs in the world, and somehow we still function. Why is there so much suffering in the world? Because we love suffering. We allow suffering. We facilitate. We enable suffering. Anyway, where are these people? These people who want me to be on. People say, please make a live. Please make a live. And so I do. But where are they? Can we have a pajama party, pizza, cola, and hot wings? We probably can. We'll have to plan on it. But then you better not flake. Because I don't want to go out and get a pizza and cola and sit here and eat pizza and drink cola all by myself. We'll probably get into that. I just got to guarantee that people will be here. Be assured. I should stop doing lives if I don't get at least 10 people. If I don't see at least 10 people with me, then I need to stop the live. Hey, just letting you know. Oh, my mother just, hold on a second. She just, hold on. Oh, okay. That's, yeah. So my mom got a message. Y'all. We say y'all around here. People or no people, we need you. Yes. You know what? We need people to shift our awareness. Our awareness is on the wrong stuff. We focus on poverty. We focus on crime. We need to shift our focus to something creative. Something that makes us look forward to getting up in the morning. Not dreading. We shouldn't dread getting up in the morning. I'm your number one. Yes, you are. You're here all the time. And I thank you. Like that ZZ Top song. You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did. And I thank you. And I thank you. Yeah, you're my only fan. Screaming Baboon is my only fan. Charlotte, I thought she would be on longer than this, than she was. She just popped in yesterday, too, for a short while. Well, here I am, drinking what's left of my tea. My Gold Peak tea. Real brewed. It took me a long time to finish this. Normally I could just chug one of those with no problem. But then I'll probably raise my blood sugar. Okay. Oh, okay. My mom's on some kind of a, what do they call that? A party line, I guess. What is today? Today is Sunday. It's a full moon. Right now the moon is full until midnight tonight. And, yeah. I think I think I'll just make myself a turkey burger today. That's what we could do. I don't think my mom would protest if we make a turkey burger. Put a little lettuce and cheese and Thousand Island dressing on a turkey burger. Last night it was chili cheese dogs. Or maybe we could head over. I can get myself a pizza and she could pick out a TV dinner. She likes her like Salisbury steak or whatever TV dinner she picks out. She just puts it in the microwave and she gets the one that has the brownie in it. So who else is with us? We have a 2. And we have 9. Yesterday was 9 like. You know what? Somebody was saying if I was going to come into money, I'd start seeing the number 9. Me! Oh, it's you. Okay, you've been listening. All right. Somebody yesterday was listening while she was driving. So I was her drive time guy. And again, yesterday I got 9 likes. Today I got 9 likes. And then he said, I'll start seeing turtles. I'll start seeing turtles out of nowhere. So maybe I will be. That's interesting. It was going to be a precursor to me getting money. I see only 9 up there, unless somebody added one. So we have Screaming Baboon. 10 is a good complete number. It's a good even number. 10 commandments. So, yeah. NS Cellular is the other one. I don't know why I'm only seeing 9 up there. Everyone else is seeing 10. Maybe you're ahead of me. Maybe it's a prediction. Where did Dirty Dan go? I guess he got bored. So I guess tonight will be another restful night. Maybe I'll wake up in another reality, in an alternate universe. That's what I've been to do. Wake up in an alternate universe where the world isn't so densely populated, where each person benefits from justice. Or we don't need... When you're stopping the stream? I don't know. I guess I usually stop when it's been an hour. Right now it's 48 minutes. If I can keep people watching. Sometimes I stop when I'm tired. I start getting tired or hungry. And I think I'm not hungry yet. Oh, I forgot to do the bells and whistles. I have my bells and whistles. I like to do that just to get out of the way. I have my bells and whistles. Some people ask me to play my recorder. I perfected it. I didn't even know what hot cross buns was. People kept typing in hot cross buns. Now that I know it, nobody asked me to play it. See, you just said that. Uh-oh, you're reaching your limit. You have a limit to how many times you can say you love me. People don't know what else to say, I think. I keep saying my brother is like that. I love you. I love you. It's like coaxing me to say I love you because they don't hear it enough. They don't hear I love you enough. I think that's why some people have t-shirts that say love on them. It's an addiction. It is. It could be an OCD. Obsessive compulsive. I must hear I love you. Enterprise car will bring us as close. That's right, close friends. Wow, screaming baboon. Yes, I know. I know. Contain your enthusiasm. Or curb your enthusiasm. That was a show, wasn't it? Larry David. It was like curb your enthusiasm. I understand. I understand somebody can be full of so much love. You're like a celebrity. You know what? Maybe it'll catch on. I'll start getting the celebrity treatment. The celebrity treatment. I'll start being comped things. Celebrities say that when they reach that status, they don't have to pay for anything. People just give them things. That's what I'm looking forward to. If ever I reach that status, I used to have to pay for everything. I used to go without because I couldn't pay for everything. Now I get free stuff all the time. That's when you die. When things start coming together, that's when you die. You meet with tragic chain of events. That's it's too late when we die. Too bad if we don't see eye to eye. Every generation blames the one before. I wish I could remember words to all the words to a song. You're like a celebrity to me. A celebrated individual. You know what? One of these days, I'm gonna finally be satisfied as a, you know, with my life. My life has been a struggle. I think because I focus on struggle. I focus on struggles, and that's how it happens. Do you play online? I do not play online games. I think they stress me out. One psychiatrist said, if you want to know what a person is really like, watch them play a video game. That's what I remember way back in the 80s. If you want to find out what a person's really like, just watch them play a video game. And I think that's what it is. Now that I know that, I kind of shun video games. Because then I'll start behaving like my real self. Because people get frustrated, people get upset. I've noticed when my youngest brother, when we play a game and I start winning, he stops wanting to play. He's really good at playing games, but I've noticed that. We were out in the backyard shooting cans. We had some soda cans set up, and I was hitting them with the BB gun, and I was doing pretty good at it, and he suddenly stopped wanting to play. Yeah, I can relate. You can? And I get addicted to. One time I stayed up all night playing Doom. I was introduced to Doom, and I got so engrossed in playing Doom. It started sunset, and then I played until sun up. That's how scary it was. It's like I lost touch with all reality. All that mattered to me was playing that game. So maybe that's why I don't play video games. Video games came out when I was a kid. When I was a youngster, they had like Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Galaga, um, Wizard of War, and you had to put quarters in the machine. You had to leave the house. You had to go to like a pizza place or an arcade and put quarters in the machine. And then Atari ruined all that. Atari completely ruined all that. They were the first ones to play that boop, boop, it was like a tennis game. They call it Pog or something like that, or Pong. And you just turned a knob. You turned a knob to make it go boop, boop, boop. And later on, the games got a little more complicated, like Asteroids, Tank Commander, and Pac-Man. You could play Pac-Man and you didn't have to leave the house. And then I think that's what ruined it. Everybody had to leave the house, go to an arcade with a pocket full of quarters, and then if you got a high score, you got to put your name up there. I think Galaga was set up like that. If you got a high score, they'd say, okay, put in your name. Nowadays, you can be a home warrior, an armchair warrior. Which reminds me of a movie called Toys with Robin Williams, where kids they thought they were playing video games, but they were operating real killing toys that can kill. And I think maybe that's what they're doing with us. You can operate a drone from miles away, blow up somebody from miles away. They have drones that have flamethrowers on them. It's like, what are you going to do? You're standing there with your gear and your weapon, and all of a sudden a drone approaches you and just sets you on fire. Like, do you watch? You know what? I've met some people who do watch anime. Anime can be pretty majestic. Oh God, here we go. I'm gonna have to time you out. If you keep saying I love you more than once, I appreciate it, but it gets tiring. It's like a button you push. I love you, and it makes the other person say, I love you. I love you. It's like you're trying to train me. You want to train me to say I love you. You want to make me your little robot, your little love robot. Please don't time me out. Okay, then you can say I love you one time and I get it. I get it. People are starting to talk. Anyway, I don't want to ruin the friendly vibe, but good God, son. Son? I got that from Jay and Silent Bob. Son, that's how we do it in the 90s, son. I said that to my brother one time. Son, stop projecting on me, son. So we have a total of 2 people talking. This is a good time to pass the time, isn't it? I'm going to have to help a lady with her garbage. Every Sunday, she texts my mom or calls my mom and says, my garbage is ready. Because she's in her 90s, this poor lady. This poor lady. She's in her 90s and she can't carry her garbage out. So that's where I come in. So I wait here on a Sunday until it's time to go get her garbage. For a nominal fee. Because I'm so broke right now. Every month she gives me $25 every month. So that's 4 times I empty her garbage and I get $25. And I clean out she has a bird bath, okay? The bird bath sits there in stagnant water, and algae grows in there. So she has me take a brush and clean out the algae and then refill the bird bath. Sometimes it's very hot. I come out there with my booty cap on. Oh dear God, here we go. You're pushing my buttons, buddy. You're pushing my buttons, buddy. You don't want me to time you out. Too much I love yous. What was my reason for being timed out? No more I love yous. That was an Annie Lennox song. No more I love yous. Must be talking to an angel. Must be talking to an angel. Push it. Push it real good. That's right. You're pushing my buttons. There was a commercial with a chimpanzee and an old lady, and back to the bird story. Which bird story? Yeah, there was a commercial, an old lady and a chimpanzee, and the chimpanzee was acting up. The old lady would say, "You're pushing my buttons. You're pushing my buttons." I think it was a chimpanzee. I forget the name of the chimpanzee. Chimpanzees are dangerous. They will eat your face. Puppy dogs will eat your face too. I've heard stories of people who collect carcasses or corpses, and if somebody like an old lady dies, their dog eats their face. Thoughts on Ruth Gordon, actress Ruth Gordon. I wish I could Google right now. That's what I could do. That would be my job. I could Google things and then give my thoughts on what I Google. Yeah, I saw chimpanzee. Yeah, isn't that crazy? One guy brought a birthday cake to a chimpanzee, and all the other chimpanzees got jealous and just tore him up. She played in the movie with Clint Eastwood with the Arengating. What's that? R gating. Arengating. ARANG. Arengating. Was she in Every Which Way But Loose? And Any Which Way You Turn or something like that? There was a girl who was always in a Clint Eastwood movie. She was a slim, blonde lady. I think that was who it was. Yeah, that's her. I just remember her from Every Which Way But Loose. You turned me every which way but loose. And then there was Any Which Way You Can. That was the sequel. Yes, that's her. The old lady. Oh, that old lady. Okay. She was complaining about the orangutan. That one, yes. She was the one with the shotgun. Yeah, I remember that. Any Which Way You Can. She was on a porch. These bikers were harassing her. Any Which Way But Loose. The old lady. Ruth Gordon. Okay. See, I remember faces. I can always remember faces. I can place them. For some reason, names elude me. Yes, she died. She died. Wow, 88 years old. Hoo-wee. Women have that on us. Women live long. They live long and prosper. There's something in their genetics. We just can't seem to live past like 70. Did you watch a movie called Quiet Place? No, I didn't. My mom watches all kinds of movies on like Tubi and I guess because she has that ability. She can just, because TVs are like computers now. It used to be we had to just change channels and you hope you find something you want to watch. Now everything's on demand. You can binge watch, like Little House on the Prairie. You can watch Little House on the Prairie all day long. Or she likes to watch that Billy Ray Cyrus program where he plays a doctor. And sometimes I'll see her watching Baywatch. I guess she likes to see those men with their shirts off. David Hasselhoff and all them. I'll be there if you need me. Forever and always, I'm always here. The song is about coming from the darkness into the light or something like that. Kind of like Poltergeist. Yeah. Quiet Place. I used to like watching thriller movies. House of a Thousand Corpses. Dawn of the Dead. DGI. He did like Creep Show, Friday the 13th. And yeah, Dawn of the Dead. He was the guy who had the machete. If you ever watched Dawn of the Dead, when they were all in the mall killing zombies to take over the mall, he was the biker who he had the goatee. The guy who played the zombie who was chopped in the head, he was there signing autographs. I'm trying to remember where it was filmed. I think it was, God. Well, anyways, I've seen documentaries about that mall, and people tour the mall. This is where this happened. This is where this happened. I want to say Philadelphia, but it's not Philadelphia. So I used to know it off the top of my head where where that movie was filmed. George Romero was the guy who directed, produced, I guess. He did Night of the Living Dead. They were going to call it Night of the Flesh Eaters. Screaming Baboon, are you still here? I hope I didn't break his heart. I don't want to let any of that love escape. If you break his heart, I know, where did he go? He's like Johnny on the spot when it comes to these lives. So, probably by the end of this live, I'll remember. It's not Vermont. It's not... Anyway. It's been so long. I got to brush up on my documentaries. I think I would lose that question. Oh, he's back. He did it in lowercase this time. How long will I suffer with you? Hi, Grady. Grady was one of the ones who asked me if I was going to go live. Grady and Duda. Duda said she was a tomboy. We were talking last night during my full moon edition. I made that also a movie. I know you are. You got to make a t-shirt that says that now. I'm your #1 fan. And on the back of the shirt it's to say, I love you. I love you, Eddie. No, I'm his #1. No, I'm his #1 fan. Why do you want me to get my mom? My mom and I went grocery shopping, and she's tired now. The poor lady's on oxygen. They had to put her on oxygen. Eddie's Funhouse, #1! You are the Duke. You are the Duke. A #1. Can I say hi? You just did, didn't you? You can say hi. I just don't like taking the camera through the house. I don't want anybody to know the layout of the house. Let's say hello to your mom. I don't think that would hurt. All you'll see is her sitting in a chair. She probably doesn't want to be seen right now. She's got a big blue coat on. She's always cold now. She either has her house coat. Okay. So anyway. You won't judge me. You want to see my mommy. It'll probably be a brief encounter. Because, yeah, this is after the grocery store. And she's using something to hold her hair back. Pull your hand, put your hand on the camera. For a faith healing, Benny Hinn used to do that. Remember Benny Hinn? He was a faith healer. Put your hands on the camera. Pray with me. Pray with me. There we go. Put your hand on the camera. I hate that because it's like it's in my face when somebody does that. It's like, how rude. Would you? How dare you touch my face? Put your hand on the camera. Get your Benny Hinn. You remember Benny Hinn? He had that award-winning hairdo. Get your dad. Well, I need a Ouija board. I need a what do they call those? A psychic medium. Do you believe in palm readings? I was told I have the mark of the gifted healer. I went to have my palm read one time. Yeah, I went to have I walked up and I got my palm read. Said, you have the mark of a gifted healer. I said, well, thank you. Thoughts on Chris Tucker? He was in The Fifth Element. Yeah, he played Ruby Red. He also was in with Jackie Chan. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? He was also in Friday. That was a black comedy. Chris Tucker. I think that's all I can remember right now. I'd be hard pushed to remember. Oh my God, that's going to mess with me now. Where was Dawn of the Dead filmed? I used to know that. I used to know. Thoughts on Jackie Chan? Jackie Chan he was classically trained, like Chinese opera and martial arts. His parents, I guess, dropped him off at a Chinese opera school. Thoughts on Barry White? He's a singer. What songs did he sing? Barry White. He had a really deep voice. I have one of his songs echoing in my head. I need somebody to remind me. I'm getting to that age. Put me in timeout. It's not satisfying. If somebody asks me to put them in timeout, it's not as satisfying. Died 4th of July. Really? 20 years ago. Barry White. I remember that. That's going to mess with me now. Pittsburgh. Wasn't it? I think it was. Anyways. Oh, God. It's going to come to me, I know. At the worst possible time. At the end of the show. After I've signed off, I'm going to remember where Dawn of the Dead was filmed. At least I remember two of the people. And I spoke to a woman who was in Day of the Dead. There was a woman, she went by the name Red, okay? And she was there during the filming. She played one of the zombies. The movie Day of the Dead. She had the name, her nickname was Red, and she knew George Romero. That would be a good interview. Somebody who was actually there during the filming. That was a scary movie, Day of the Dead. 20 years ago. Are you going to do your 18 and older show? Probably tonight. When did you start being a YouTuber? In 2009. But I was a worker. I didn't have time to do all this. When I was working, I couldn't focus on YouTube. I would upload a few videos, but I deleted most of the videos that I uploaded. I was still into claymation and stuff like that. I wish I would have uploaded all of my claymation. And then I got into cartoons. Now just so much has been going on. I can barely do lives. and shorts. If I was funded, I think I could do better. If I had a studio where I can stop and start again, like when I'm working with clay, when I'm working with, I did a lot of stuff with action figures. I made it to where I could stand an action figure up and move it around. I still have the equipment. It's just I got to have funding. Got to make it to where, and also the focus. There's so many distractions. Screaming baboon. I think what I'll do is stop responding. That's what it is you're looking for a response. And if I stop responding, see, you're doing it again. I will stop responding. That's usually how you can train another person. Let them know that you're not going to respond. It's that thing, it's like they got to get you mechanized. Like in church, Catholic church, when they have that clicker, you click. When you hear the click, you stand up. When you hear the click, you sit down. It's all about training you. One guy brought in a clicker. I've heard that this. They bring a clicker with them to church. And they start doing their own clicking. People would stand up and sit down. Stand up and sit down. Because they hear the click. Did I already talk about the chimpanzees? I think I did. You should buy a clicker and train me. I already have a clicker. My mom bought one for our dog. She bought a clicker. It didn't work. I think one of my cats was colorblind, because most cats, they chase the laser, and I would put the laser, I turned on the laser. It was a laser pointer. I remember I had a laser pointer. The cat wouldn't even respond, would not respond at all to it. Domino's Pizza. We have one near us. I like it when we go to the actual place. That's all they have anymore. They don't have those sit-in restaurants. They did that with Pizza Hut. They did that with Domino's. You have to put your order in, and then you have to wait for your order. You can wait out in the parking lot or sit there in the car, because I guess people don't like to eat out anymore as far as pizza goes. I really miss that. The Pizza Hut, where you go in, you sit at a booth after you order your pizza and they bring the pizza to you. I guess things have picked up so much. I got so much going on that I can't remember where Dawn of the Dead was filmed. If you know, put it in the comments. Yeah. Oh, that's Marge. I've got to go, because Marge is the one whose garbage I have to carry out. So it was nice talking with you. Chatting, as they say. And I got to go. So I will see you later.